Power Stone. Initial release date February 13th, 1999. Hey guys, you know who it is, what's happening, when it's going on, where it's at, and why we're here today. How you doing? It is I, the sublimely magnificent Big Ugly himself, Omari Ellis, Feo Grande on YouTube, sometimes referred to as Pete on this show, back with another episode of the Whatever We Want podcast. And as usual, I am joined by my co-host and one of my best friends in the world, he who bears watching, Super Jazz.
As science intended. Oh shit, as nature intended. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, that's right. I go by the name of Jazz, Super Jazz, SJ, JT, whatever you want, what have you, and the like. And yes, as my best friend so eloquently stated, that this is the Whatever We Want podcast, where we do just that. We talk about whatever we want. We do not lead this conversation. This conversation leads us. And we let these chips fall where they... Shit. Memorial Day.
You know, the day that's at the end of May?
Well, no, I was saying,
Memorial Day.
but no, what I was saying is, it was funny. I was gonna say Memorial Day because it's coming out the Wednesday after Memorial Day, and it's on Memorial Day. But what messed it up is anything that already starts with M.
Oh,
that's why I was laughing. I can't flip it and put an M in front of it because it already started with M. So it sounds dumb as shit.
What if I said Memorial Day but with an M in front?
The way you said it like that. What if I said? Why is this so funny?
We let the chips fall where they may every Wednesday. And yes, that is right. We are back. And I forgot to mention this because this is, episode 2 of season 4 or whatever of the show. For those of you guys who came in, last season episode, you're like, why is this guy talking about fighting games just at the beginning of that? It's like a little intro game that we do on the show. Started with Jazz doing movie titles. He's every time it was like a different letter of the alphabet and going sequentially like that. He did movie titles. I did song lyrics. He did movie quotes. Oh, wrestling catchphrases.
No, it was movie quotes.
Then movie quotes. Then I did song lyrics.
Then wrestling
quotes. Yeah, wrestling catchphrases. X-Men real names.
Yes, like the real name and the alien.
Yeah, X-Men characters with their real names. Tongue twisters. Now we're on fighting games. Yeah,
and the year came out and all that. And before we go back around, which I got to find out what letter we started, so I know I got to, because at this point it's M. Okay, so
because I started with Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, which was great because you yelled it. That was good. So when he goes back around and we hit N, I had to start on N. And at this point, it's become like a game of who's gonna tap out first between us. At first, it was I was like, I'll do movie quotes. I mean, I'll do movie quotes, and then Pete did his thing, and then now it's turned into this: who's gonna be the first to not have an idea? So yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, but by the way, speaking of you doing the fighting game thing, bruh, Power Stone, yes.
Power Stone was great.
Does not get enough credit for being as good as it fucking was.
I'm sure a lot of people give it credit, especially. Well, then again, that's probably because everybody really focuses on Power Stone 2, apparently.
Well, that's the better one.
Yeah,
I would hope the sequel would be better than the first. Doesn't always have it, but that's definitely the better one. Yeah.
Also true. I also debated doing Project Justice or Rival Schools 2.
Rival Schools 2 is called. Is that
Project Justice?
That's an alternate name.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Project Justice is how I'm not sure if it's Rival Schools 2, but it is the last, I think, sequel in that series. I think it was only 2 games. But yeah, Project Justice has a small competitive scene. I don't know much about the game. Apparently Roy's busted. That's about all I know.
What are you gonna pick for Z? I'll wait. I know what the hell you could pick for X. Clearly X-Men something.
You do a lot of things for a lot of letters. There's a lot of fighting games, contrary to popular belief.
Well, no,
Oh, sorry. Speaking of which, so have you heard of Evo Moment 37?
no.
Okay. Have you
What?
heard of Daigo Umehara?
Yeah, he is a fighting game legend. He's an Asian man. At this point,
Yes,
he's like in
from
his 40s, I
Japan.
guess.
Yes, from Japan. So about 2004, there was a finals between Daigo Umehara and Justin Wong in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike.
Okay.
And did you ever play that game?
No, I
Okay.
mean, or if I did, I may have played it, but I didn't play it like religiously or own it or no shit. But I mean, I'm pretty sure I played it. Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a mechanic in there where, like normal games, you can block, do whatever to as a defensive, and then there's another defensive mechanic called parrying, where you press
Okay.
forward and you time it when you're getting hit, and you have to do it just with I think like a 2 or 3 frame window, frames being like fractions out of a second, like 30th or 60th. I think it's 60, like 3/60th of a second. You
Jesus,
got you. That's what the window is for you to
that's
time.
that's fighting game shit right there.
Okay, so the parry mechanic, that was that. It might have been bigger, but I think that was it. I'm not a third strike expert, but anyway, bottom line is it's hard to do, right? And
Mm,
every time, and if someone hits you twice, like you gotta parry. You can't just parry like tab and that. You gotta time with each hit.
every day, yeah.
You're familiar with Chun Li. You're familiar with the fact that she's got a move where she
Fast kick,
kicks a bunch.
lightning kick, whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
And she has a super where she goes like real fast, kick, 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 kick. It's pretty much a super version of the fast kicks. Just
Okay.
boop, boop. All right. So Daigo Umehara is playing Ken. Justin Wong is playing Chun-Li.
Hmm.
It's an Evo Moment 37. You guys can go look it up. It's like the beast is unleashed. And got the commentator going, rare footage of Daigo actually angry as Justin Wong's turtle style annoys him. They're like fighting, and Daigo gets within like very low chip damage, can kill him. Anything can kill him a health. And people are on the edge of their seat. And all of a sudden, as someone in the crowd yells, "Let's go, Justin!" Justin Wong uses that Chun-Li super to go fast. And Daigo parries each hit of the super. I believe there's about 8 or 9 hits. He parries each hit, jumps to parry the last hit so that he can land, punish it with super, and kill Justin Wong. With a combo into super and kill Justin instead. Like Justin should have easily won that with chip damage. If he would have blocked it,
What?
he'd have died. If he'd have blocked the super, he'd have died. So he chose to parry it, and he parried all the hits of it. Blah blah blah.
That is fucking amazing.
Yeah, and it
What?
was it was a very hype moment. At the time, it
Fuck
was
yeah, it was.
and it still is to this day. Justin Wong always tweets about it because people now, for whatever reason, it keeps resurging into being a meme where people love torturing Justin Wong with clips about it. You know how accomplished Justin Wong is. He's like
Right.
10 time or not. Is it 10 time? He's like a 7 time, I think, Evo champion for various games. Like, yeah, he's ridiculous in and of his own right. But that's one of his big things is being the guy that got Daigo parried. And I mean, they've referenced it in animes and stuff
They
like
have
that. Yeah, like
like
Japan
actual
and
like
stuff. Yeah,
anime.
yeah,
Wow.
it's hilarious. But some guy, I say all that to say there was a guy at my job the other day, and I'm walking on the TV. It's Evo Moment 37, like the clip or whatever, and I'm like, why are y'all watching Evo
I gotta look.
37, Evo Moment 37 over here? What the heck? And it's like this like 20-year-old, and he's trying to show a girl, like, yeah, this is the coolest thing ever. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh, and I talked to like someone who's around my age and that I know also knows fighting games. I'm like, oh, he's showing this other thing. Like, yeah. He was trying to debate though, which was more iconic, this or Leroy Jenkins. And I'm like, you're not familiar with Leroy Jenkins either? That mean from
No,
way
no,
back
no,
in the
no.
day?
I'm familiar.
Okay,
I'm
thank
just
you.
like
Okay,
I
yeah,
haven't
I'm
even
like,
seen this moment, and I'm sure it's much more iconic.
then Leroy Jenkins? Or, well, and to my thing, I like, oh no, Leroy Jenkins was referenced on Jeopardy.
Okay. Well, that's what I was gonna say. I
Yeah,
was gonna
like,
say I'm no. Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase. I am mixing up, and in this moment I was making iconic synonymous with amazing.
oh yeah, yeah, no,
Iconic and
it's
amazing are not the same thing.
it's more amazing, definitely.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, it's more amazing, but as in terms
Much more
of
known and yeah.
more known and
Leroy
all
Jenkins, of
that,
course, of
no,
course.
it's Leroy Jenkins. I'm like, oh, it's easy. That's Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, he's arguing it's that, and I'm like, no, buddy, I'm sorry to tell you, it's a great movie. Are you kidding me? It's the hypest thing of the Oh, it very much is. It sure is. No, everybody who saw that said that was the
Mixing up
hypest.
iconic and amazing.
And the kid's like, everybody who saw that thinks that's the hypest thing ever. I said, yeah, all 12 of them.
You ain't had to do my do like that. Shit.
Yeah, all 12 of them. And I say this as one of the 12. I don't think you understand. The world at large or the zeitgeist at large does not really doesn't fuck with fighting game
Pretty much in general.
tournaments like that. So
Popularity of fighting games goes down like what every 6 months to a year. Shit, like people like care about them, unfortunately.
yeah, so it's like I'm like, buddy, I get it. That moment is great, and I'm happy you're trying to share it with somebody else, and I'm glad that you, as a youth, because the kid's like 20 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm happy you as a youth are getting into fighting games. That's cool. But you got to be real. It's not more iconic than Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah. No.
This player got parried by Daigo Umehara at Evo 2004. Who is Justin Wong? Yeah, that's never been a thing. That's not a
Who would
thing
know
on
that?
Jeopardy.
Whoa, that question, bruh. I've heard of Daigo, and if somebody said that, I'd be like, wait, who? Oh, right. Like I wouldn't get
Now, me
no.
personally, I'm a fan of both players. I think I have an autograph from each on a
That's what's up.
box from one of my sticks, as well as Tokido. But yeah, so I'm a fan of both players, obviously. Like when I got into fighting games, it was around when at least the tournament scene. Obviously, I've been into fighting games my whole life, but actually paying attention to wait, there's a competitive side to this. Um, yeah, that's around 2009. I mean, oh niner, as people say. Uh, but that was one of the clips that I was like, oh, this is cool. And I think it was
Yeah,
Evo 2010. I started watching stuff, and Daigo versus Justin had been the highlight of the year before. Like Daigo and Justin come to head a lot, like in the over the years, because I mean they're two of the top at
yes.
the game. So they see each other often and everything. And obviously now that they're in their quote unquote old man side of things. They're like, you see them, they're like chilling and stuff, but still Daigo's like, Justin Wong is free. And
Which is not true.
he's like, I'm free, Daigo? I'm free.
So fighting game slang, everybody watching. So
Yeah, pretty much
free,
like, oh
it,
god.
it means you're an easy win. They say free is
Yeah,
in like you're a freebie. Like
yeah.
if I play you, you might as well just advance me. You are a free victory. That's what that means. So if you're free, is like you ain't shit. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like which ain't true because he just said how many times this man won the fucking champion tournament and
Yeah, they
shit.
both have
So
won
he
a
just
ton
talking
of
shit.
times and stuff. They love talking shit to one another. F Champ also talks shit about Daigo. He'll give Daigo his flowers, but he's like, what was it he said one time? He's like, Daigo's the best. Daigo's the god. He's the best. He's the goat. He beats everybody and stuff, but he's still my baby mama. Because every time he fights me, I
Oh,
like,
yeah, fuck
damn.
him. What?
Like that's pretty much what he was saying when he said he's his baby mama. He's like every time I beat this out of him, he's like I beat Daigo every time, but he's great. I can say Daigo's my baby mama and still give him his flowers. He beats everybody else. I just happen to be angry. Like,
Bruh. Y'all, okay, so again, the people
I
at
mean, some things are pretty self-explanatory when you say.
no, that's hilarious. But no, this what this what I say for y'all who don't know. Now, F Champ or as he's called a short Filipino champ. He's a fighting game like celebrity, as you would say,
player, and
player.
was
Yeah,
Evo champ
celebrity.
of MVC3 one year.
But what I was gonna say was he is. I think his role, quote unquote, because everybody like they're being themselves, but I say his role or whatever. I think it's so important because this dude he's one of them dudes where he's good, he knows he's good, and he's perfect at playing that heel role where he's like, I'm good and I know I'm good, so fuck y'all. Like, so
Yeah,
to say that it makes so much sense.
yeah, he was a good heel. It eventually backfired for him, like public image wise. But
So
now I don't know if he still enters tournaments and stuff, but I've seen some streams and stuff of his. He's chilled out a bit more, but he's gonna have that personality, like you said, just the uh, the arrogant, you know, persona. But I
I'm
say that,
good
and
and
I
I
mean
know.
this in a cool way, like yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, that's SF champ. There's a lot of people out there. Evo or CEOs coming up at the end of June. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully.
CEO, CEO. Speaking of that's an attempt at a segue. Speaking of that, did you watch what happened yesterday from us filming this? Did you catch any wind of AEW's fifth anniversary?
I've heard a lot of the results of what happened,
You
including the one involving those letters.
no. Did you shout out to my wrestling heads and everything like that. Like, that was one thing that we hopped right back into, going straight for the niche audiences, right? Fighting games right into wrestling. But no, did you did you watch any clips or anything like that?
I saw one clip of somebody being set ablaze,
Bruh, you watched that match.
but I
So
want to. I didn't finish watching the clip because I was like, yeah, I need to catch this match because
so
the Anarchy in the Arena matches always are hilarious to me. So
it's fucking chaos. So first off, shout out to Big Bro, shout out to Ibn. Ibn is and I give him shit. I jokingly and sometimes too much. I give him shit about being a AEW lover and a WWE hater because for the longest time, and as we all know as wrestling fans, for the longest time before AEW, the next mainstream competitor, for real viable mainstream competitor since WCW, AEW surfaced. WWE had cornered the market and they were putting out bullshit after bullshit after bullshit for a long time. So a lot of us diehard fans, like yourself, myself, my big brother, we all fell out of love with WWE for a minute, weren't really watching it on a weekly basis, keeping it here and there. So AEW came around, and especially for a minute, everybody's watching AEW, and they were firing on all cylinders. They still put out good shit. I would say the internet is way too harsh on that. It's a whole different conversation. But Ibn, like I say, he just kind of, and I give him shit about it. Like I say, sometimes I go too hard with it, but I say that he in his eyes AEW could do no wrong and WWE could do no right, and he gets mad when I say that shit. But
based on
him
the tweets I've seen, I agree.
him being an AEW like lover and us wanting to do more stuff together because we me and him haven't, the three of us really, but me and him haven't sat down and watched a wrestling show in a minute, let alone a pay-per-view, and just hanging out. So we made plans a few weeks ago because he was already planning on watching Double or Nothing and buying it anyway. And I was like, well, yo, why don't you come over to my place? We can get us some frozen pizzas. We can, buy some shit to drink, snacks and shit. And let's just sit back and watch this shit. And he was like, yeah, okay. So we sat back, we watched it last night. And we, talking shit the whole time, having a good time or whatever. All this stuff. And then of course, and so I was like, I was able to watch it from start to finish. And fucking Anarchy in the Arena. for those of y'all watching Anarchy in the Arena. If you don't know, it's a street fight, but it's fucking just chaos. So a street fight, well, it's like a Falls Count Anywhere hardcore match, pretty much. But it's what? Because I said anarchy and I said it's chaos.
No, I just think it's funny that it's like for people who don't watch wrestling, Anarchy in the Arena is like a street fight.
Oh, then I
And a
started
street
using
fight
inside
is like a
terms.
Falls Count Anywhere hardcore match, which is like a.
I just start using all inside terms. If you don't know, and then I get way, way more like niche with the shit. No. Okay. Anarchy in the Arena is a match where it was, what was it? 4-on-4, I think, last night. I think it's 4-on-4, 5-on-5. I think 4-on-4. It's a 4-on-4 match. This team of four, this team of four. They are fighting all around the arena. When I say hardcore or whatever, I mean like they're using weapons,
No
pins.
rules.
Yeah, no rules. Pins count. You make your opponent lose by pinfall or submission, which pinfall submission normally has to be inside the ring, but this is anywhere. But what makes it anarchy, as they say, is all these weapons, no rules, and the match starts wherever the fuck everybody wants it to start. It doesn't have to start in the ring or any specific location. It's just when everybody walks out, everybody's out, go. And then what makes it even crazier as the viewer, I can't even imagine as the fucking wrestlers, like the performers, but as a viewer, is normally even when you have a multi-person match, there's still, usually more centralized action happening here and happening here and happening here. But when you watch this shit, there's so much just shit all over that the fucking cameraman are earning their pay that day, because it's like, oh shit, so-and-so's beating up so-and-so out here back in the fucking concourse by the fucking concessions. But so-and-so's backstage in the locker room. But also in the ring, this is happening.
And
But
this
on the
guy's
stage,
jumping in the pool.
Yeah, right. In the pool. This dude jumped off it last night. A motherfucking dude fucking took a flamethrower and set a dude's legs on fire for a minute. Like, bruh.
Welcome to the jungle, Jack.
Jesus. So this Anarchy in the Arena is one of those matches where when you watch it, you expect to see fucking just chaos and just wild whatever the fuck. And if you're not a big fan of like the fast paced, like shot shit, you're not gonna like it.
Yeah, go watch WWE.
Well, they do that was the jokes, they do the cuts.
No, just like if you're not a fan of the fast-paced, awesome like fights, go watch WWE. It was the opposite.
I meant the fast paced cuts with the shots jumping here. I didn't mean.
Oh no, WWE. Well, WWE, weren't they known for doing that?
I'm talking about because Anarchy in the Arena cuts to different.
Ah, gotcha.
I wasn't being clear. It was my fault.
Yeah. Anyway, it was an insincere joke. Anyway, I was just trying to say shit. But it's funny that you mentioned doing a watch party kind of deal. Because Saturday, myself and Bill watched the WWE one. King and Queen of the Ring. Yes, King and Queen of the Ring on Saturday. So that was fun.
Y'all like what watched it over Zoom or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like synced up, watched it.
Yeah.
So that was cool. Some of the matches were pretty good there. Did you see anything from that?
I have to watch clips. All I've seen is just like, reports like you say. I haven't seen any clips or whatever. I've just seen that apparently Gunther won.
Yeah.
And fuck. Tiffany Stratton? No, not Tiffany Stratton. Not Tiffany Stratton. Who fuck?
You're wondering who won the Queen of the Ring?
Yeah, I forgot. It wasn't
Nia Jax.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. Okay.
With the ouchie of the night.
But I haven't seen any clips or anything like that, so.
Ow.
What the fuck happened?
The finish to the match. It was very painful. looking. But yeah, no, that was the ouchie of the night for me. But there were some other good matches in there. Yeah, Gunter one. I was happy because yeah, I'm a Gunter fan anyway.
And who is it?
Yeah, I'm a Gunter fan. Naya, I can never bring myself to fully hate Naya. There are times where I'll be as down as anybody, just like, Naya with Jax on my TV again. But like 2 weeks later, I'm just like, haha, Naya,
Well, and
watch this
everybody
person.
everybody says since she returned a few months like early this year that she really is doing so much better work than she did beforehand. So now she's actually, doing good shit. But go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So I like Naya. So that was cool too with her winning her match and everything. Um, got a show on the other channel called Mock Draft with Bill, where we
Yeah, I saw
kind of
that.
did the whole fantasy wrestling thing, and two of my fantasy wrestlers were Gunter and Nia Jax. So that was a good pick, considering my pick of Becky Lynch didn't really pan out that well. She lost. Well, I don't want to spoil things, but I think I just
Oh,
did. Oh yeah, Becky Lynch lost the title. Yeah, you'd be
to
happy with the your girl,
Tiffany Stratton. I
Liv
know what it is.
Morgan.
Oh, wait. What did have I said I like Liv Morgan or some shit? Because I
Years
do.
ago.
Oh, I said I thought Liv Morgan was like sexy or cute or whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't fucking know. Years ago, I did. That's not like your girl.
So I'm just like, not that I care, but I was like, I didn't know, like, I really made myself seem like a Liv Morgan fan like that. That's why I was just like,
uh,
no, that was years ago. She was fucking around with the Riot Squad. She was still like Blue Tongue, as you called her. Yeah, not that I cared, but
Time is a mass of reality and fiction. I
I
don't
actually,
know how long that fucking was. Is it relevant?
I need to finish a rap that I was writing years ago, where I threw in a few bars about time and shit. Anyway, so yeah.
Time's a
Um,
valuable thing, though.
Watch it fly by as a pendulum flings. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, you can watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away.
It's so unreal.
Didn't look out below. You're watching time go right out the window. You try to hold on.
Watch you fall.
Wasting. I am going to stop quoting the song. This is weird.
You
I don't
saw I
want to.
stopped and I was gonna let
Yeah,
you get it.
it's
Shit.
like I'm like I'm I'm done.
That's funny. I'm trying to think
I
of what.
remember in high school there was a time where I kept trying to do that, just quote Linkin Park lyrics to people as if I was like talking to them. Like I did that with Pushing Me Away, I think, one time where I'm just talking like, I've been doing something lately and I realized that I've lied to you. Same way that I always do. This this is the last smile that I'll fake for the sake of being with you.
If
You'll
people don't know the song, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? To get that serious about some shit out of nowhere, like the hell?
Yeah, we all knew Linkin Park, and
Uh,
they all knew me. Like, okay, what the fuck are you
they
doing?
all knew me is like the operative quote. They all knew me. They all knew I was gonna be on some fuck shit. What was I gonna say? No, I'm trying to think like the bars because that whole concept of what is time, time is like relevant, and there's no such thing as time, and it's all happening right now. I said something like, what the fuck? Ah, shit. I was like, I said something like, but uh, tomorrow you can tell me I'm something. And I said, but is tomorrow a thing? Is time a construct? Don't know what that means. Some people think it means so much. Not to downplay them, that point might hold weight, but if it's all happening right now, why do we age? So yeah. Yeah. Because I mean, I really do think about that. I'm like, Is time a construct? But if it is, then why the fuck do we age then? If everything is happening right now, then why then what is this concept of time where there is no such thing as time, but yet clearly I look a lot older than I fucking did when I was 11.
You see, you may look a lot older than you did when you were 11, but I do not look a lot older than I did when I was 27. Bottom line, no, I'm kidding. I know I look like an old man now. Let me cut my hair up. See what I'm talking
I
about. Bottom
definitely
line is, huh?
I was gonna say I definitely look old enough. Shit, the last time, a few months ago when I was eating. This is a little funny side note. I'll let you say what you're gonna say. But no, I'm eating with my brother and my dad, and I thought the girl at Panda Express was cute. And I'm like, oh well, before we leave, I'm about to walk up and say to her. And I'm walking up to her, she looking like the fuck, because she was like on a break. And then I walked up to her and I'm like, hey, I thought you was cute. I wonder if I can get your number. I'm a minor. Oh, I was like, how old are you? Yeah, man, we couldn't get out of that motherfucker quick enough. Like, oh shit, I misjudged this situation. Which everybody, oh, not like us. With everybody, that is the appropriate response. If you thought someone was older and you find out they're not, you shut the fuck up and leave. Not, well, who can shit. I care, goddamn. Anyway, so no, go ahead. I just think that's a funny
What
ass.
the fuck we were talking about? Oh, time and it
And I
being
don't think that I
relevant
don't
and
think that's a
stuff.
bad thing to share
Nah,
with.
I think time. See, that's the thing, the whole aging thing, and I get it. I think, like most things I think about, I think there's some kind of middle ground where time is what we perceive of it,
Mhm.
but it also isn't like a finitely measured thing. Like we can say, 60 seconds is
Right.
a minute, but um what if we would have been like 100 seconds is a minute way back when? And, now our years and days are different things, but we still have just, we could have picked anything and
Right.
just
Right.
conformed to. We just decided one day, like, all right, we're from now on, and when we record anything from the past, we're just going to use these units of measurements to be like, this is something that already happened and
Mhm.
this is what's happening now, and this is something we want to happen later, or something we want to happen, not even necessarily happened now later. It's like, oh, happened, happening, want to happen, and we're like, okay, this. So I think that in that way, it's a construct, much like any unit of measurement, like ounces or gallons or stuff. Someone just one day was like, this is an ounce. And now, if I get X amounts of ounces, I have a cup. I have 8 ounces. I have a cup. If I have a cup, or better yet, this is a cup. If you cut this, what I have in here into 8 things, we'll call those ounces. Yes, 2 of these, you have a pint. Uh, 16 of these pints or whatever, you get a gallon. Cut
16
that in four.
pints? That's not true. I sold you. I so wasn't gonna
Wait,
chime
is
in.
it?
I was like,
No, two.
I'm
No,
a
it's 8 pints. It'd be eight.
four
Eight
pints.
pints.
4 pints. Eight.
No.
No, you're right. 8 pints. I'm half thinking half gallon. But but
Yeah.
I was like,
No,
all right.
I tried to do the math too much in my
I
head.
was
I'm
like,
like
I'm not gonna
16,
chime in
64.
because I'm gonna
It's
see if he
eight.
gets it right or not.
Because I'm like 30, because I was thinking 32, but I wanted to cut the 64 or I wanted to skip to gallons so I could cut that in four and say that's quarts.
Yes.
So me trying to quick math in my head while also trying to be stupid, I fucking
It's like if I cut this cup into eight equal pieces, those ounces, and then somebody was like, "That's not ounces." Anyone else? And those are ounces, and there you go.
Exactly.
Those are ounces. Yes, yes, they are.
Well, I mean, that's how we got feet. Literally, some kings like, I want to measure this. This is about the length of about 3 of my feet. If you need a smaller thing, inches. And then the rest of the world's like, but we use meters. We use the imperial system because I'm the emperor and it's my foot.
But the dude was like, but you
Hey,
realize
you people, go overseas, get the fuck out of my country, and you better keep using the fucking imperial system. All right, they're using the imperial system over there. Ha, stupid. Let's convert back to meters like everybody else. Look at those guys over there with their stupid imperial system. Well, who uses that? We use meters.
you realize they was like we're using the imperial system. They were like, but the entire world is using metrics pretty much, and only like you and a few other places maybe, but everybody's using metrics.
Hey guys, they're making fun of you for not using the metric system. You guys want to switch away? You're not even part of the empire anymore. You want to? No, I was born using the foot. I'ma keep using the foot, and if you don't get out my face, I'ma use my foot up your ass.
Why? 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 Why is he talking and looking like this?
Because America, motherfucker.
I was just about to say, are you trying to hammer home that Americans a dumbass bitch? Because this motherfucker, your face twisted all up, your eyes ain't focusing, you good?
Can't use the foot.
It won't help, but you need a fucking extra strength Tylenol? No.
You get the out my face. Your ass. Oh, sorry.
Like, aside from America, there really is like only just a few other places they use imperial, and I couldn't even tell you what they
probably are. Yeah, they probably have something to do with us, or at least have been or formerly colonized by Britain. There's some place like that.
Everybody uses like metrics other than that. Was like when I went to China. I told you that was the one thing I thought was I was like, damn, I looked around, couldn't read shit on the signs, and I was like, damn, if I get separated from this tour group, I'm fucked because people can't understand me. I can't ask questions. I can't read the signs. And I noticed that not only could I not read the signs, but shit didn't say M-I. Shit said K-M. And yeah, so I'm like, I really don't know shit. Yeah, man. So
yeah. Yeah, and then they decided years later to do it again. It's like, oh yes, we have, so would you like to play a game of some rugby football? No, I'm a fan of soccer myself. The association football. I don't like saying association football. I like saying soccer. You know what I mean? Soccer. Yeah, soccer. I play some soccer too. Yeah, blah blah blah. Hey, I got an idea. I got an idea for the joke. What? Well, some people the other day, they was like, why do you call it just soccer? Why do you just say football? You use your foot, right? Yeah. But there's all kinds of football. Yeah, that's what I say. Just say soccer. It separates it. Yeah. I got an idea. Hey, American, when you go back, tell them about this game called soccer. Okay? Yeah, soccer? Yeah, I'll tell them about soccer, sure. Yeah, hey, they got a game where they kick a ball around and play soccer. Well, we got our own version of rugby that we just gonna call it football. We got our own rules. We get on the gridiron and everything else. Because we don't want to use no metric shit anyway. We got our feet, yards. It's easy for Americans to understand. We got our own football over here. You can keep your damn soccer. No, I'm telling you, soccer's real cool. Are they calling it soccer yet? Let's call it football. Stupid Americans, you and your soccer. It's football. What the fuck would you think it is? They're calling it soccer. Hey guys, they're making fun of you for calling it soccer. So you don't want to just call it football like everybody else? Look here, motherfucker.
I was hoping you did a face.
It's been soccer since I was a kid, so if you don't get out my face, I'ma sock you and yours.
But Sal, you use your foot. You use it's basket for basketball, bases in baseball. You volley over a net in volleyball. wouldn't you just use your football?
You heard of a field goal?
Well, Is that is
I'm
that
about to kick you in
is
your nuts
that
like one.
is that those
It's
goaded? Oh,
gonna be good.
is
Be
that
no
those
good for
goaded?
you.
You just cut me off. I love how I'm like trying to say it. You just cut me. Oh shit. By the way, bravo, bravo. Very well. Very nice. Very nice. Very
I don't
nice.
even know what this is.
Very nice.
How did we get?
Man, how do we ever go anywhere, dude? Oh shit. I actually actually I actually need the motherfucking record our, like our theme song, whatever. I was trying to rap or some shit one day, but I actually wrote like a rap where like we trail off and fucking the show exists off the rails or somewhere in the margins. Yeah, those are like the first two lines. Because how do we get it? Who the fuck knows?
What they call it is soccer yet?
That's funny.
I mean, that's just how it is. Okay, this is just the nature of the thing. I think it's funny. I still call it
It's funny.
soccer, and I'm still gonna use speed ninjas because you know what? Red, white, and blue is Memorial Day, Mopo, America, USA. This is a falcon, not an eagle. That's okay. An eagle sound is probably a falcon or some other screech anyway. Like most animal sounds in movies, they're goddamn loud. You ever heard a lion roar in a movie? No, you ain't. You heard a tiger.
Oh, that's not a lion?
Like, for instance, the MGN lion,
Yes.
that's a tiger roar.
That's a hellified roar, too. That's not a lion?
That's a tiger roar.
Shit. Well, I mean, but lions do roar, though, don't they?
They roar, but they don't roar like they roar in movies. They got their own sound to roar that
Yeah.
ain't quite the tiger roar. So we use a tiger roar.
Is it because it's not as like emphatic?
Yeah, pretty much. You've heard of fucking you've heard the damn thing. It's fucking terrifying.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
you go look at a fucking video of some tigers, and you'll see them tigers roar just like
That's why I was like,
tigers are
is
fucking
the lion
terrifying.
roar is just like not as like fucking like got as much like
It's not as much oomph. It has oomph. It's a lion, but it's not a fucking tiger. I don't think you understand. I love lions. Trust me. I watch Lion King like every other kid.
Love Lion King.
But
Love
you
love.
know, Tony's pretty cool.
Okay, but but
The tigers
but
themselves are also really cool.
so you like the Lion King and you
Yes.
liked Tony, but how did you feel about Yogi? Oh my.
Ah,
That's a very layered, stupid joke. If
I'd say it
anybody
was Boo Boo. Hey, Boo Boo.
just get out my picnic. By the way, I feel weird after having done the play A Colored Funeral twice, even though I already knew the origin of the word picnic and using the word picnic colloquially at times. Oh shit. Anyway, do you know the origin of the word picnic? We don't have to fully go into it because obviously we try to keep this shit lighthearted, but it did make me think about it.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
You can
gonna
still
go
laugh
piss
at.
off the Parker Ranger.
Okay.
I don't know, Yogi. I don't have a good. I don't even remember what the motherfucker sounds like.
No, that was pretty good.
Oh.
I mean, kind of sounded like he was seconds away from being slapped across the face and called a little bitch. But kind
Shut
of in
the
the
fuck up,
cartoon,
boo boo.
it kind of. Hey,
Shut
bro,
your
you
fucking mouth.
good? What you on right now? No,
Shut your fucking mouth.
what is going on? Shut your fucking damn. That's funny. Shut your fucking mouth, boo boo. Close your bitch ass lips. Hey, shit stain. I mean, boo boo. Oh shit, motherfucking skid mark. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh man.
Cartoons. Speaking of cartoons, I watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit yesterday.
You know what? There's a movie that I have not seen from start to finish in a long time, like straight through in a long time.
I was say, if you somehow had not seen that
No, of course I've seen the movie,
movie from
but
start to finish,
you know how like movies like over the years, like you've seen
yeah.
it like in its entirety
No,
from
I
like.
know what you mean, but when
Of
you
course I've
finished your
seen.
statement, I understood just the start of it. You know, I had not seen that movie from start to finish
Ah, yeah. There wasn't
in a
ellipses
long
in there.
time.
Yeah. I've not seen that movie. Dot dot dot. Right.
From start to finish. But no, I saw it. Yeah,
I
yeah.
like be like, yesterday I killed that man with laughter. Like, what the fuck? Right. It's like you kind of need to put a
Fucking
comma, not a.
doctor from Family Guy or Arrested
Oh,
Development, where they say the misleading things, and it's
I don't know. He's like, he's like, what this is, I can't pronounce. Kim Basinger? It's like, okay, what the fuck? Anyway, so you saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
yeah, classic. Fucking love that movie. But cartoon characters are fucking assholes. Like fucking when he's falling out the building and he lands on the thing, Tweety just hey Tweety, what's up? This little piggy with the market. This little piggy say no. This little piggy label. And then Bugs and Mickey just like, hey, what's going on, Doc? What's up? It was like, give me a spare. I don't think you want it. Fucking asshole. Here's the spare. Ain't I a stinker? Yes. Yes, you are.
They were ass, man. But for Bugs Bunny
Gosh.
and Mickey Mouse, period, for them to be on camera for them few fucking like seconds or like whatever minute or whatever, because they're like the iconic like symbols of their respective companies, and the companies are pretty much competitors.
And probably will never do this again.
Man, there was so much fucking like politics and red tape that needed to be discussed, talked about, like jumped through all kind of shit just for them to be on camera for just a few minutes. Really a few seconds.
Well, yeah, and they had to have equal representation. Like the Daffy and Donald had to be there together. The
A
Bugs
little
and
amount of time.
Mickey,
Yeah.
same amount of screen time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw like it had to have been like a digitally remastered version or something because it just looked too clean. I'm like, ain't no way this movie looked like this in 1989 or whatever the fuck year it
Yeah.
came out.
And I gotta hand it to all of the like humans in that movie, but especially man, Bob Hoskins, bruh. That dude, first of all, serious when needed to be, comedic when needed to be, dry humor comedy when
Oh
needed to
yeah.
be, and playing off of essentially nothing. Like, and it was believable, especially for the time period. Nah, man, like that.
Also my dude Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. And you find out at the end, I mean, spoiler alert, everybody, but by now, I mean, come on. But you find out at the end that he was a cartoon the whole time. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, I was going to say that. Yep. That was the iconic line.
Uh,
Just like this.
oh man, my voice could not get that high without me trying to be real loud. Can't really do that at this hour. But I would try. You guys know me. But yeah, no, that movie, it was fun watching it, and I really enjoy how every line, not every line, but like a good 90% of the lines all like actually have a purpose, even like early on. Like some that just to get like exposition in, or just to be like, oh, here's the gag we're setting up later in the scene, stuff like that or whatever, especially stuff that I wouldn't have gotten as a kid. Like the obvious one for me is at least as a kid, where it's like Scotch rocks and I mean ice. And then the guy comes back and break with fucking rocks in it and he's mad. And I'm like, you said you wanted I didn't even think about. He says Scotch rocks. I mean ice, or that being any kind of lingo. I'm just like, why are the rocks in this drink? Okay, I don't know. Fucking anything involving Jessica Rabbit as a kid, I probably didn't understand. Aside from the obvious, what the visual. But it's like, but a lot of the lines throughout it, the fucking patty cake thing, and just how much they tried to make that sound like what they tried to make that sound like. Like I knew it was a parody, or I knew it was a reference for what, but listening to it, more and more as an adult, you just hear the whole scene. It's like, hey, why don't you come on to bed? No, not tonight. I have a headache. Oh, come on, you promised. Oh, maybe for so and so, so and so, since you're in the mood. And he's like, okay, patty cake. Patty cake, patty cake. Oh, patty cake, patty cake, patty cake, patty cake, patty cake, patty cake. And
Like,
Hoskins' look of horror on his face as he puts his camera down makes you really think they're just fucking and the dude's yelling patty cake. And then it turns out the picture is them just actually playing
actually
fucking
just
patty
playing
cake.
patty cake. Yeah, they were, and then if you want to like hammer it home even more with the nuances of the like the connections, then the whole like how just betrayed Roger looked. She played patty cake.
Come
It's
on
like,
now, you're not the first man whose wife played patty cake with some other dude.
right. It's because
Bet you
it's
found out now.
like you say, when even if you're young and you kind of get it, you don't get the nuances of it because they still had to make it somewhat family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't just be like, yeah, she fucked him. Like they couldn't just say that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and just a lot of stuff like that throughout the movie. And just where they throw in little lines earlier with like, oh, this comes back later, or just like when you first meet the dude and they're like, hey, Eddie Valiant, or is that still your name? But did you change it to Jack Daniels? Kind of hinting at his alcoholism thing early on. Kid, that went over my head. Wasn't until college where I was like, oh, they were talking about him being a drunk right there. They're letting you know he had a drinking problem.
You want to talk about stuff that was like in cartoons as a kid that
Yeah.
I didn't really get. Like, okay, so like, hey,
Animaniacs had a lot.
Animaniacs had a fucking stupid shit ton of them motherfuckers. God damn. Fucking Rocco's Modern Life had a
Oh
lot of
baby,
them.
oh baby, oh baby.
And then you find out later, like, oh shit, Rocco was a phone sex worker? Like, wait, what? Like, wait a minute, hold up. Yeah. Fucking Ren and Stimpy, even as a kid, I was like, yo, this shit should not be played for me to see at fucking 7. Like, wait a minute, what the fuck? Even if I didn't even understand everything. But no, you talking about the alcoholism thing. Hey Arnold, when you look back at Hey Arnold, you find out that they kind of made it lighthearted, but and I started seeing this later on as I got older and people talking about this shit. Helga's mom was an alcoholic on that show. And it was just like, damn, like, oh shit, because she was always passed out during the day. She was always fucking with the blender. She missed a lot of important shit. Like, like it was like they had all these things where it was just like, she was always just kind of like very lethargic. It was like, oh shit, I did not catch this because I wouldn't, that I would have caught this, but it was like, oh, y'all made it seem like she had like alcoholism. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And like another Hey Arnold thing, of course I would not have got this back in like 90, 7, 98, whatever. But the big episode where they reunited Mr. Wynn with his daughter after
Mm-hmm.
years from the Vietnam War. Do you know about that one?
Uh-uh.
Did you watch Hey Arnold a lot growing up?
I watched the theme song a lot, and I'm familiar enough with the characters, but I
Okay.
wasn't like a big Hey Arnold follower. But I like the Hey Arnold. I don't have anything against the show.
It's just some shows you just some shows somebody you might not watch it because you didn't want to. Some shows you just missed it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. No, there's an episode, and it's honestly, especially when you learn the like when you actually understand what it means beyond just the surface level, you find like then it's already an amazing episode, but it becomes the best episode of the entire show when you realize the real world implications. Um, no, so Arnold lived in a boarding house that his grandparents ran, and in the boarding house there were a lot of characters, crazy like people or whatever. One of them was this kind of reserved Asian dude. I think he was a Vietnamese guy actually, named Mr. Nguyen. And one episode, it was the Christmas episode actually one year that because Arnold's whole thing was he always wanted to do right by people. He always wanted to stand up for what he believed in and do right and he was so selfless. So one episode, uh, Arnold, I think they had a secret Santa or some shit like that, and Arnold, he ended up pulling Mr. Nguyen, the Vietnamese guy, and he wanted to do something special for him, but he had no idea what to do. So you find out that Mr. Nguyen had a daughter that he got separated from. And Arnold he was talking to this guy who had some connections. I forget what it was, some type of connections or whatever, where he could have reunited him and everything like that. But it was like an older dude, not in the boarding house, but somebody else who had like files and shit. And of course, this is in the 90s and shit, but he had like files and stuff like that and could have pulled the files and arranged for some shit or whatever. You're not sure if he's gonna do it, but eventually, spoiler alert, long story short, Arnold talks the guy into like pulling the strings and making the connections to get Mr. Nguyen's daughter after like, 20 whatever years to connect. And one of the things that was able to really do it was Helga, who, bullied Arnold but really liked him. After the guy was like, no, I'm not working on Christmas, F that noise. When he leaves, Helga goes in and gives this impassioned speech about you got to help him, otherwise he won't believe in Christmases and won't believe in good things and this and that. Touches the dude's heart. He pulls the strings. Mr. Nguyen gets reunited with his daughter. The real world implications of it, they never actually say it. But again, if this was in the 90s, 20 years before that was the 70s, Mr. Nguyen being Vietnamese, he got separated from his daughter. He talks about in my country, he tells the story in my country, there was a great war. And the war, what messed up the town and the country and all this shit. And when they basically show like people were being rescued and all this stuff, and they only had room for one more person on this helicopter, and he holds his daughter up. The guy on the helicopter grabs his baby, takes him away. I guess eventually Mr. Nguyen was able to get away from it and all that stuff, but takes the baby away and they got separated. It was the Vietnam War. So it's like, oh shit, but they never actually say it. So when you find that out, it damn near make you fucking cry that this man gave up his daughter 20 some years later. In the end, they get reunited. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a heartwarming episode.
Man, yeah. And when you're little, like, when I'm fucking 7 years old, I don't know what the Vietnam War is. And I definitely don't understand the devastation that it, caused for pretty much the entire world, right?
And I mean, at that age, I knew Vietnam War from Forrest Gump, and that was about it.
Yeah. No, if you watch any episode of Harold, I mean, there's a whole bunch of good ones, but that's a good one to watch. Especially, like I say, now that I'm older, I can get it. But no, you want to talk about something that got a whole bunch of references that you just not gonna get when you're young. Forrest Gump, you're not gonna get all those references.
Mm-hmm. I thought that motherfucker was real. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
I thought that was an actual dude telling his life story. Because I was like 7 or 8 whenever I fucking first watched it, if not younger.
Because what was it? 94 or 5 or some shit, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it came out before I was born, but it
Forrest Gump didn't come out before you were born.
You said 84 or 85?
No, 94 and 95.
Oh. I thought you said it came out 84 or 85.
No, Forrest Gump was in the 90s.
Oh, okay.
Early
But
90s.
it just took place in the 80s.
Yes, in the 70s and 80s. Yes.
Yeah, in the 60s and whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, a lot of the stuff in Forrest Gump, the fucking mom getting him into school.
Would not have gotten that when I was little. Ooh, boy.
I didn't know why.
Forrest.
Yeah, I didn't know why Forrest was making those noises at him or what the hell. Like, what the? I guess that's because of his condition. I didn't because he's like he does this and then Forrest just goes starts mimicking the moaning or whatever, and I'm like I went right over
I
my head.
mean, uh, uh, Jenny getting mad at the house she grew up in.
Everything, yeah, that and then everything else with Jenny. Um, yeah, Jenny's terrible, tragic backstory. And
Yeah,
then
you didn't
Jenny
understand all of it.
as a I don't like Jenny. Um, yeah, I'm not a fan.
A lot of
Every
people
time
are.
I watch
A lot
every
of
time
people
I
are.
watch that movie as an adult, I'm just like, I don't like you, Jenny.
A lot of people learn. Jenny, Jenny, she was a troubled person, but she was wrong to Forrest, dude. Like Forrest was just a good dude that just wanted to love her, and she just shunned him until she was about to die, and then it was like, well, I guess I love you now, and it's like,
I've contracted what is heavily implied to be AIDS. Now I will
yeah, because they
marry
didn't
you.
say it right, right. They didn't say, well, yes,
Now I will marry you. Also, I am leaving this kid with you. He's yours now.
yep, yep. No, you're right about that shit. With what she say? It's a disease. They don't have a cure for it. I think that's what she said. Something like that.
Yeah, I think it's like she says, like unnamed disease that everyone just assumes to be AIDS.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, Meanwhile, you got, but for every Jenny, there's a Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan was cool.
Lieutenant Dan was awesome. Gary Sinise,
Is
really cool.
he hasn't done a whole lot of stuff like in a
He
while.
had that TV show on CBS for a while.
Oh
It's
shit.
one of those crime shows. I don't even remember the name. If it wasn't CSI, I wasn't really watching it. I mean, I saw a couple episodes of Vegas, and I know about the memes of CSI Miami,
Yeah. With the glasses on.
and then
Uh,
fucking NCIS. I know the way they end their episodes because Raw for a while had NCIS on before it, so you get to that freeze frame. Oh, sorry, it's like okay, whatever.
or or when we were growing, me and Ibn would watch it a lot, and it would Walker Texas Ranger would be going on. So all we know is like the last few lyrics of the Walker Texas Ranger fucking song. When you're in Texas, look behind.
Behind you.
Yeah, because that's
That's
what
what
the
the
Rangers
Rangers
gonna
gonna
be.
be.
I don't know any more about this
Oh,
show
I
except
know. I know the theme song, and I know that Conan O'Brien had the clips, but I do know the because the eyes of the ranger are upon you.
that's where all the Chuck Norris memes
Any
came
wrong
from.
you do, he's gonna see. When you're in Texas, look
I didn't even know all that.
behind you, because that's where the Rangers gonna be. Yeah.
Fuck that.
See, you see, Jazz, in the eyes of the ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right.
So basically, this motherfucker is like a vigilante Batman type motherfucking dude that doesn't have any of the exercise like strength, physicality, nor does he have the gadgets of Batman. He
Right.
just he just some regular ass dude that knows a few martial arts and says, "I want to be so fast."
He's Chuck Norris.
Like I say, like that's where all the Chuck Norris memes came from was Walker Texas Ranger.
Yep.
That
Hey,
shit.
sometimes all you need to do is have a show like that and be like, hey, what kind of
And
set we got?
shout out to Ricky Bobby, Talladega Nights, where his son's Walker Texas Ranger. Oh shit. Oh man. But yo, peoples, I can't really think of a segue off of Walker Texas Ranger. So that being said, thank you guys for watching slash listening. I know that's a bad cop out. Thank you guys for watching slash listening. If you would like to follow us on our respective socials, then of course, what you can do is you can go ahead and find and follow yours truly. Go ahead and look me up on Twitter under the handle SuperJazz2. So that's going to be SuperJazz, SUPERJAZ number 2. You can go ahead and find and follow me on Instagram under the handle Forever Super Jazz. The word forever is spelled correctly. And like I believe I kind of alluded to or whatever, but I have started a theater company. We did our inaugural show last year. We've had 2 shows. We got another show slated to happen this fall. So if you want to follow all things going on with the theater company, please go ahead and find and follow the page for the theater company on Facebook. That's going to be Aquarian Rising Productions. The word is Aquarian, not Aquarius. Where can they follow you, my man?
Well, obviously, y'all can follow me here. You can follow me also on the channel Feo Grande. That is Feo Grande. I got some shows over there that I do, and with a good friend of mine, a good friend of the show, Bill Smith. We got a show called This Guy Hasn't Seen, where we trade movies and stuff back and forth, kind of like a little movie club, book club type deal, or a digital media club. We trade things back and forth. This week is Casablanca. Next week I believe is Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
I need to see that. Bill.
Yes. So those are what we got talking about there. We're on a classic film kick right now, if you couldn't tell.
I wonder which one of these movies you've seen.
Well, one of them's in black and white. One of them's about black and white.
I have a feeling, but I mean,
anyway, I also got a.
but there was like a few movies I think where like it was just one of y'all picking for a little bit. So that's what anyway.
Yeah.
I'm talking shit.
Then yeah, we also have a show on Saturdays called You Don't Watch Sports. 2 guys with 3 topics. Sprinkles a little bit of information into your casual sports conversation is where your guiding light to see that sports talk. We also have a show that pops up periodically called Mock Draft. I alluded to it earlier there. Just a fun thing, drafting stuff. For reasons, just to do it. It's fun. Why not? But yeah. And I also have a Twitter and Twitch at Giotavi. That is Giotavi. Come on in, stop on by. So yeah.
Facts. Well, yo, peoples, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for spending a little bit of time with us. Happy Memorial Day. Happy rest of your days. Happy rest of your week. And all that being said, I think I had a different sign off before and I forgot what it was. But anyway, be nice to yourself, everybody.
Be happy, damn it. Adios.